nipples aren't hanging out.
All right, everybody, we are back, and my world tour interview quest continues. We are here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we are with Subrosa Pro Kyle Hart, who's actually, at this point, the longest running member of the Subrosa Pro team.
True.
That
Damn,
fucking
11
rules.
years.
11 years since you got on.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's just start there. Let me ask a question and take us back to there.
I was just there, actually. We just drove by Fort McDowell.
Fort McDowell.
Yeah.
Are the ramps still out there?
Nah, nothing's left. They got rid of the trails and everything.
It just turned to dust, probably.
Yeah, I think it's just an empty lot for the casino and stuff now.
Yeah. Just the ghost of Jason Ryan
walking
around.
Oh, what was the dude, the double backflip dude? Latecki.
Oh, Greg Latecki.
Yeah,
he's a teacher or something, right?
I don't have any idea.
I think he's a teacher.
Jesus Christ, that dude was crazy.
Yeah, that's why when I heard
he did a double backflip and his helmet came off on the second backflip.
And
he landed it. Yeah,
he kept going. Some of those contests were epic, like especially the dirt stuff. I remember Matt Berenger doing like a front flip 3 and like almost riding out of it.
Yeah, dude.
The biggest
front
roll
flails.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and they would just bomb you in.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was 11 years ago. So it was at the Arby's at the end of the street.
Yeah, I tried to 180 no-hand to the box for best trick, and I broke my wrist. But I didn't know until like halfway on the way home when it was like triple the size.
Yeah.
Never went to the hospital. It's sore right now, actually.
Every time you mention it, it's like, still
here. All right, remember me. Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, that was the night. I think it was an In-N-Out. Was it Arby's?
It couldn't have been In-N-Out. They don't have an In-N-Out out in
Arizona?
Fort McDowell.
Oh, maybe.
It was an Arby's on the corner.
So we're getting roast beef. And you're like, hey, I don't know what we're doing.
What else do you do after a good session like that? You gotta
go get some roast beef.
Go get some roast
freshly sliced roast beef.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arby's.
All right. Well, let's just get into it. So what we did is we hit up our Instagram fans and asked them to ask you some questions. And we've got them right here.
All right. What do you got?
At McCain Rides Bikes wants to know, which came first, the fast or the plant?
Well, I mean, it's called a fast plant, not a plant fast.
There you have it.
That's science, bitch.
Next one. At Porsche 911 Never Forget asks, do you have a favorite Subrosa trip and why?
Damn.
I thought of that one and I could not think of a favorite for myself.
I mean, yeah, you just have to fucking pick one, I guess. I mean, Japan was amazing because there's nothing like going to a place where everything's different.
Was that the one where we had our van?
Yeah, that was the big one.
And it was the hottest temperature.
And it was 110 degrees all the time with 100% humidity. As soon as you walk outside, you're completely soaking wet.
And how much did you still wear the leather jacket?
100% of the time.
The entire time wore a leather jacket.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it was the black one.
Oh, it was the black one.
The first time we put it on and we were like cruising down the street and some lady poured water on me from the top of the building. Like the first half an hour we were there, like we were like, oh cool, we're here, let's go fucking look around, pedaling down the street and just, whoosh! The fuck was that? And just see this lady up there like.
Were we riding a spot? Like in
no,
front
we're just
of her building,
pedaling to the yeah. I don't know. She had it ready.
Yeah.
She was ready. Like I'm gonna see a motherfucker tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we had the van. The AC kept going out on it.
Kept breaking down.
But we rode some of the crazy.
That's where we'd stop. Yeah, the volcano. Yeah.
Just pulling up to the volcano, and we got there like the night before.
And how many people went and rode that afterwards? You know.
Yeah.
We rode it in the middle of the night, and then it was like. The next few years, you just saw everybody doing it. Yeah. Dennis flip whipped it and shit.
Yeah. That trip was epic.
Yeah, that was amazing, man.
Was that your first time overseas or out of the country or anything like that?
Well, I mean, other than like Mexico and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely first over or international flight.
Yeah.
We went to that beach with the deer everywhere.
Dude.
It was like an island.
Free like these somehow they got to this island and then they just humped a bunch. So the deer were everywhere.
And they're super mellow.
Yeah, they're just super mellow. They would just walk up to you like a puppy or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have pictures of them just hanging with deer.
Yeah, most docile deers.
Yeah. I would agree. I would at least put that in my top 3 Subrosa trips.
For sure.
Because it was hard to think of one of the first major ones.
Yeah.
And Fudger went.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Was that
fucking crazy?
Was that when we had the eating contest too? Like if someone...
it was the challenge. It was the blind challenge.
Challenge.
So it was, they would take us and have us eat food, and then, whether we liked it or not, and then they would tell us what it was.
And what did we have for dinner that night?
Which one? I mean,
the
horse. The horse and the raw egg was the best.
Yes.
Because it was like, it's like some sashimi or whatever it's called, raw meat, and then you dip it in the sauce. And it was like, fuck, that's delicious. What is that? He's like, it's raw horse dipped in raw egg. And you're like, I guess I like that. Yeah. That's my favorite thing.
To this day, hands down, best thing I've ever
Delicious.
eaten. Yeah.
Incredible. And then the natto on the other end was the grossest thing I've ever put in my mouth. And that's saying something.
Loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it. Who was it? Was it... I don't think Wong. I think
Wong couldn't do it.
Ate it.
I did it after Wong and hated it. So, and then I was telling Fudger how gross it was and how it was like farted jizz into your mouth. Bleep that. And then he took a bite and he's like, no, he took a bite and it was fine. He's like, yeah, it was great.
So it's this stuff. It's like sushi, but the filling is fermented beans in it, and they basically they in the country like 50% of the population loves it, and the other people are disgusted by it. And at our table was 50-50.
Holy shit.
I loved it. Like I just ate it.
Yeah.
And we were like, this
that kicked me out of the contest.
And you and Wong. So I was surprised Wong. He was like,
yeah, dude. He's had balut before. The partially grown embryo of a duck egg. So there's a crunchy skeleton inside of it. I remember he told me this a long time ago, but he's tried it before, and I don't think he had a hard time with it.
Wow.
Because that sounds pretty crazy to eat some skeletons in an egg.
I'm trying to think of what... Pretty much the worst stuff I think we found on that trip was like at 7-Elevens or something. Like Wong would just come out with like...
Cool.
The pudding boobs were awesome.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
Yeah.
There's no denying that, man.
Right on.
Went to the temple.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
we had to wash our hands in that like sacred water.
We went to the fucking A-bomb spot
on the anniversary.
Day.
There was I don't remember the year. It was 40-something anniversary.
Or something.
Nagasaki.
Yeah.
And we were there, and there was the prayer line was like 5 hours long just to go and pay your respects. And, I was like a big, loud white guy there, and it was
a big group of Americans walking around this.
And we were trying to be respectful, but it was, it's their time to reflect and stuff, so it was like, felt pretty out of place.
But still, I felt like no one was like bummed we were there. Or
no, I don't think so. But it was just, maybe it was just the feeling.
It was, that was
really intense.
That was epic.
Super
when he
intense.
said, because we didn't even know that it was the anniversary until
we were like,
rolled up.
We want to just go there.
Yeah.
Because then there's that pillar set that's just survived everything.
Kind of the one thing that was.
And they were doing the candles,
floating them down the river.
Floating down the river, yeah.
That trip was fucking
epic.
Shout out to Ken and Jick for one of the top 3 Subrosa trips.
For sure.
All right, next one comes to us from @DavidDeerkos, and he wants to know, what's your favorite personal gun?
Personal gun? AR-15 platform's my favorite. Function-wise, it's just what I expect from a weapon. Yeah, it's a pretty simple one.
All right.
Thanks, dude.
And what got you into guns? How'd you get into guns?
I've been shooting my whole life, and I've been hunting my whole life, but it was never like a gun guy. And then I hung out with my cousin in Alaska, and he has a ton, and it's just really interesting. There's a lot of history involved in all of them. Then there's a lot of like controversy involved in all of them, and how they're made, and how they're sold, and how they become prominent after they're something that's used in the military, for the most part. So it's just something that...
Do you mean like they become more famous, or do they become more valuable?
The military will buy something in huge quantities, and then it becomes something that's popular in the civilian market because most people are like emulating military weapons, obviously.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's just there's a lot involved, and you can like get one and maintain it or change it. It's like it's an adult male Barbie. For real, like you can accessorize it however you want and make it super pretty, just for you.
Is there any pink camo in your collection?
Not currently, but I have a daughter, so
the
future.
That's what I was asking. All right. next one comes to us from Eric at Sparky's.
Oh shit, what up, Eric?
What up, Eric? Shouts to West Coast Sales. Any relation to Bret the Hitman Hart?
Yeah, I am him.
I love it. I mean, just so
don't tell. I mean,
yeah.
obviously, but I did past life. My hair.
Yeah,
I had to quit.
Once you get out, you gotta shave the Jerry curled mullet.
I'm tired of the paparazzi.
Right. Okay. All right.
Fuck you, Eric.
This one is tough, so we're gonna spell out the Instagram name so you know exactly what it is.
Triggered.
At this Nicker, Nicker, to be clear.
Okay.
Wants to know, what was your first bike and what was the first trick you ever learned?
Oh man, that's one. I mean, one of the first ones where I started to jump and stuff was a Huffy Dr. Shocks.
Whoa, that sounds sick.
It was pretty sick. It had like mad scientist graphics on it and fucking front shot. This is when I was 5.
Like Frankenstein style, like
lightning and like making monsters and shit. And then it had shocks, which I thought were super important.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna be jumping,
it needs to have more things that do something. And then I mean, one footer was first for sure.
Yeah.
I could barely move the fat fucking thing around.
Was it a mountain bike or was it?
It was some weird bastard
hybrid,
in between. Yeah, it didn't have gears or anything, but it had shocks and
For some reason,
tires.
I picture it with mountain bike bars and a 26-inch back wheel, but a 20-inch front wheel.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It definitely had the straight bars. Or the
nice
little baby mustache.
That's sick. I'm thinking about adding a bike with shocks to the line. So
just back shocks.
Just back shocks, yeah. For the big back
or cranks that have suspension for some reason.
Suspension cranks that just buck you off the bike when you
moon shoes for your bike.
All right. Next one is from Twags44. Ooh, I like this question. What's your favorite fakie trick?
So I mean, shit. I guess if it's just from fakie, then half cab look back for sure. Because it's just really satisfying.
Yeah.
Because you're just hopping blindly and doing something, and then you land, and it's like, whoa.
You're good. Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
You're back to riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it was just fakie to fakie, just probably no hander. It's really fun.
Is fakie trick something you've always done, or did it come from
it was
the
something
time period?
The unspeakable time.
We spoke about it earlier.
Yeah,
I forget which country. Maybe I was in Barcelona interviewing Simone, and we talked about your your time with no sprocket and no chain.
Yeah, well, that was after you put me on the team because I broke my wrist and I was sitting around doing fucking nothing because I couldn't ride. And then it was I started thinking about weird shit that I could do. And I remember Fudger did sprocketless with no drivetrain for a long time. So it's his fault. But I was like, I'm going to try it out. And I mostly ride parks anyway. So you can just pump everything.
Right. You really
and then fakie tricks became super fun. And it's the most reliable way to go backwards because it's never going to catch. Ever. You can literally pedal forwards going backwards.
Moonwalker.
We did that shit. But then we did a trip to San Francisco and we rode street. And so I literally pushed around.
Holy shit.
17 miles.
Yeah.
I got a flat. And then by the time I walked, 4 miles to the only bike shop on the coast, fix it, and then we had to push around uphill, back up hills, and I was like, I can't do that. I had callus on my foot.
From
pushing.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
Horrible idea. If you do it, you're an asshole.
And that's what I said to you, I think.
Yeah, I think you. I remember someone was like, "Yeah, Ryan doesn't know if he should keep you on the team." I was like, "Fuck, is it really a big deal?" All right. Put a fucking chain on. They didn't
I like to threaten you with that. It wasn't everything that would take you off the team, but I liked to. I wasn't a fan.
Well, non-kais were expensive and heavy and unreliable, and they were 3/8.
So did you have a free coaster before your chain broke?
I was a bum when I was a kid, so I fucking couldn't afford anything. So it's the easiest thing is you take shit off.
Yeah,
and then it was this is perfect.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I did it for 9 months. It wasn't that long.
That's an awfully long time.
It's a long time. I challenge anyone to push their ass around town like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. This one comes to us from @shortbars, and he wants to know, would you ever legally change your name to Fart?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. I mean, are you going to then?
No.
Or no?
Yes.
But you would if...
Yeah.
And would you, the whole family, you'd take them with you?
Yeah. Just force them.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I think you can at this point.
Yeah. So Fart was my nickname. I guess that's a good question, too. Like, why is your Instagram name Kyle Fart?
Yeah.
That was my nickname in second grade.
The F and the H are close. You hit the F.
It's just a spelling error, yeah. Yeah, that was my nickname in second grade.
So it came from second grade?
Yeah.
Was it making fun of you, or did you fart in class?
I don't think I farted. I mean, I might have. But, no, I think it's just, that's how kids joke with stupid name stuff.
It's always rhyming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard fart.
Yeah. All right.
I signed up for that one.
Yeah. This one comes to one of my personal favorites on Instagram, Boxer Drummer.
Ooh, the
right?
boy. Yeah.
Shout outs to
Hell yeah,
Boxer.
Grandpa Dad.
Daily inspiration right there.
Yeah,
always pushing it. And a great question. How's it been balancing marriage, fatherhood, work, and BMX? And love you, by the way.
Well, I love you too, man. Thanks for the love every day, for sure. Keeping me going. And watching you progress has been badass too, like for real. But yeah, for me, definitely super busy. I work 6 days a week. Half of that's from home, so I get to spend a lot of time with the baby. My wife works from home. And then the rest of it is just, I fit in riding when I can, which is not as often as I want, obviously, but when I do, it's 110%. So I'll pick a spot. Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
Let's hear this.
So if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen any of that shit, I like doing this thing, I guess. I make little edits. Usually about 20 seconds of concentrate to me. So I have like some music that I have in mind or something that I've found recently. It'll like describe the mood. And with that mood, I'll pick a spot. And with the spot, I'll pick usually about 4 tricks that are probably doable, or just something that's like fast or something I can push harder. And then at least one thing that I don't know if I can do or don't think I can do, and then do that one first.
Nice.
So I'll get to the spot, and I usually have like 3 hours because I got a lot of shit to do. And then sometimes the first one, like I just did a fast plant G-turn on this little ledge spot, and that was 2 hours and 83 tries. Yeah, I got to like 70 something, and I didn't think it was gonna happen at all, and then it worked. Like at the next, I think it was one where I just pressed record and went around and it just worked. Perfect.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit!
All right. Just like.
But then I think it's really important to challenge yourself with stuff you don't think you can do, because that's how you find where the end is.
Right.
And yeah, I like doing that every week, at least
That's
once.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
And then
that's
it's super
huge.
fun to make. Yeah.
Like, I don't know of, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but I don't know if I could name somebody else that. I mean, obviously there's video parts, so people set out a big project like that. But you're like you said, weekly doing that.
Yeah, at least at the minimum one thing I don't think I can do, and then the rest of it is.
Is this more of a recent thing, or is this how kind of the Metal Mondays?
That's how Metal Mondays was, but this is just more. I just want to progress. So it doesn't matter. It's just for me. It's definitely not for anything else. I want to challenge myself all the time.
And the fame and the checks that come from your
Instagram feed. I appreciate all the panties and roses and stuff, but it's really not necessary. I'm married.
I'll stop sending them.
Thanks, man.
Every time you text me an email, I'm like, well, put them in the mail.
That was pretty good, dude. Here you go.
That was good, once again. All right, well, again, shouts to Boxer.
Hell yeah, man.
Next one comes to us from Justin Queso Fuego.
Oh, shit.
He wants
Justin
to know,
Cheesefire.
how much vape can you chuck?
Whoa, probably 420.
At least.
Like
to start.
As a base.
Yeah.
Maybe 69 more from there.
Right. So we're looking at, what, 589?
Yeah.
589.
Thanks. Good question.
Yeah. This one comes to us from actually a Subrosa rider in the Baltic states.
Oh, shit.
Yanis Buska wants to know, putting pegs back on or nah?
Nah. I was pegless for a long-ass time starting.
Yeah.
And it was always brakeless, pegless, sometimes chainless, or free coaster.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a fucking challenge. You can't go to like a rail or a ledge spot and just do some regular thing. Like you have to figure it out. It forces you to change your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always like watching parts like Garrett Reeves for sure. Just when you see him riding at a spot, you have no fucking idea what they're gonna do.
Yeah, right.
And it ends up being something crazy because it's something you wouldn't have thought of already. So it's super fun and it's super challenging.
That's cool. So again, just the whole creativity of
Yeah, and like I loved riding pegs. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I challenged myself enough with that, and I had seen enough of the same thing over and over again where I just wanted to do something different, and it's super rewarding.
Nice. Hell yeah. And we're back to the beginning. That was it. That was great.
That was a good one, yeah.
That was awesome. So there you have it. A little more into the mind of Subrosa Pro Kyle Hart.
Yeah, feel free to ask me questions all the time.
Yeah, hit him up. He loves it. At Kyle Fart on Instagram. At Subrosa Brand if you want to see more from him.
Yeah.
There it is.
Party on.
Look for the Trilochus coming back.
Ooh, yeah, maybe in some custom colors.
Ooh, interesting. Thanks for having me back in Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, well, of course, always.
And,
beautiful.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the special edition of Ask Subrosa. I'm going to leave Phoenix, Arizona right now, and I'm heading to Germany to sit down with Subrosa rider Slayer Tom and ask him your questions for a next episode. So thanks for tuning in.